Hi, this is Kalpana Nair. I'm a life coach and pranic healer, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about pranic healing and your energetic field and consciousness. So, these are very highfalutin words and scary words, and we get a little thrown off kilter when we hear what this means, and we actually really don't know what the words mean. So, today I wanted to break it down and make it very relatable to you. And the place to start explaining this is to first have a look at the proof of your life. So, whenever you face challenges, you have issues, you have emotional turmoil, maybe things that you're not being able to break out of, you just give it up and it pervades your entire being that no, you cannot do it. It's not possible for you to do it. Maybe others could, but you cannot. So it really grips you into this dark, gloomy place. And this is what I want you to see around you. That when you surround yourself with physical proof that what you tried to do did not work out, you've already come to a conclusion about it first, and then you're gathering proof as evidence to say that no, it's not working out. Whereas I want you to start from the opposite end, which is gather proof that things will work out. You may not feel like it. The challenges may be really mountainous, maybe really big right now in your face. But that's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to just put those problems aside, set them aside, and think that there is an there is an answer for me, there is a solution. And that is what consciousness is. That is where pranic healing comes in, where your prana, where your life force energy knows exactly where you're muddled and how to dissipate that polluted and contaminated energy within you, which forms as continuous resistance or blocks, or just you not being able to push through that challenge or that area in your life. So you may have gathered this contaminated energy across generations, across lifetimes. It need not even belong to you in this lifetime, but you're carrying it with you. It's like you've held on to it. It's a backpack you've worn on your back and you're carrying it forward. So what pranic healing does is it removes that. It helps you to remove that backpack and just dissolve it, transmute it into beautiful life force energy, beautiful prana, beautiful energy, which is the energy of consciousness. Because when you look at it, the energy that is available in everything which is outside of you, in all of the cosmos, in all of the universe, in all of nature, in everything, in your cells, in the cells of the sparrow and the parrots who sit on your ledge, or in the mountains, or in the sky, anywhere, is all beautiful, pure, powerful energy. And it is the same energy, it is the same everything that is also within you. You are also part of that sparrow and that parrot and that mountain and that sky. You are no different. The energetic component of you is no different. But you begin to separate yourself from the whole that you are. The part of you then starts to break off so badly that you think that you're not capable of doing stuff, that your challenges are too big, that your life has become frozen and stuck in this area. And then it again starts that whole cycle and that whole domino effect. When I do my healing, I ensure that this consciousness is asked to come into the healing and break whatever it is that has been your resistance, that has been holding you captive or hijacked you, so to speak. So it is a energy that comes in and it just dissolves and vaporizes whatever contamination in you exists which does not belong to you. Also contamination from your past, cords, all kinds of dark, dense, dirty energy that you have carried with you, and removes all this energy, makes you clean, makes your energy centers clean, and ensures that wherever it is that you have stored that pain or stored that hurt, or injury in your body, the emotional injury, that too gets cleaned out. One important thing is that even though you may get healing for this, and even though if you had a physical component to this emotional pain which manifested as a physical pain and that too goes away, the important thing to note is that you have to, in order to sustain this healing, you have to work at it. It's not that you just get the healing and that you're cleared up and that's it. You go back to your overthinking, you go back to your being anxious and worried about stuff. You have to put in a lot of proactive effort to ensure that you maintain what healing you have received, and also that if you don't see results immediately, you have to hang in there, you have to wait for it, all the while ensuring that you're doing the work, you're doing the activities which are being told to you, and it is not a passive sitting back and just letting the energy and the universe and consciousness do its bit. Consciousness says you need to show up for yourself first too. So the areas in your life that you're struggling with, your emotional struggles, your areas where you don't seem to make a headway, those are places where you need to show up for yourself by making a routine of self work that you do. And there is a whole lot of self work that could be done by you, which because you had resistance, you were not attempting to do. But my submission to you is that without your own input, and it is a simultaneous input, it is not that when everything gets cleared up, when I'm fine and when I start to feel that I have overcome this challenge, then I will start working. It isn't like that. It all happens simultaneously. You feel crappy about yourself, you feel crappy about the situation, but you still work at whatever area it is that is posing a problem for you. You write stuff, you write down the questions that you're asking, you put up these questions to your consciousness, you wait to listen very instinctually, very intuitively to what answers you're getting, and you work on those answers, you work on working on yourself. There's no medals for carrying the weight, there's no medals for carrying the pain, for continually stewing and being in that vortex of pain and suffering and emotional turmoil. Because emotional turmoil is huge. It can just take over everything, and it can make you believe that whatever it is that you're in right now is the absolute truth about you. Because it's physical, it's real, you see it, it's all around you. Wherever you are, whatever situation you are in, that's representing the challenge even on a outward physical level. But to change that outward level, to change what's showing up for you, you have to simultaneously, while you feel crappy about it, you have to do the work. You have to make rituals that resonate with your own personality to deal with the challenges. If you wake up in the morning every day with the feeling that the challenges come rushing into your head the minute you open your eyes, then you have to make a ritual to, in those first 3, 4, 5 minutes that you are awake, you have to tell yourself that I am going to make this ritual to stop those feelings in the middle of their momentum. Which means that when you wake up, you will wake up, it may hit you. The thoughts may just come like a tsunami and hit you. That's fine. But the minute you gather your wits about you, you tell yourself that this is the ritual that I'm going to do, which is that I will give thanks for even just waking up this morning. So many people did not have a chance to wake up. They did not see the sunrise. They could not see. That was the last night that they lived. They did not see this morning. So I am grateful. I'm so thankful to be given this chance to wake up. So be grateful for that and make a list of things that you really feel grateful for in that moment. Grateful for your children that are sleeping in the other room, grateful for your husband who's next to you, grateful for your family, for the food you eat, for the house that you live in. Just grateful for each and everything. So the minute you take your mind off of that tsunami and come into an awareness of so many things that have worked for you, you have put a stop. You have stopped that negative flood to overtake you, and you have actually raised your level of awareness, raised your level of consciousness, where you feel that you have not been ignored by a higher energy. You have been given that energy all your life. You have displayed capabilities all your life, but because your habits lead you to think about the physical components of your life, and those are the most obvious ones, you attach yourself to those results. So keep those, like I said earlier, on the side. Maybe in these few first 3-4 minutes, you could think of what your dreams are. You could think of what really sparks your soul to come alive, what you love doing. Do that today. Put everything else on hold. Do that today. And whatever else it is that makes you feel like, you can attach to that version of you which knows. You cannot give yourself every day a message which says you're unhappy, you don't understand life, things are not happening for you, you're just struggling. Every day cannot be that barrage of messages which you give yourself. You have to stop that. You have to give yourself other messages. And these are not just messages which you're giving yourself as like a placebo effect. You're giving yourself these messages because you believe you're truly in that state of waiting and expecting things to change and being the agent of change for those things to happen. So you're not sitting back, like I said. You're voicing that your belief and your faith is so strong that things are about to change for you. You are grateful that you have woken up and that you have so much going on for you, and that you are taking one tiny step and putting one foot in front of another. That's it. You're not getting bogged down by the entire list of things that needs to happen to bring your dreams to fruition, to completion. You're not doing that. You're just happy that I have my dream and I am taking one step at a time. And you're happy with that. And when you get yourself into that zone where you say, yes, sure, these problems I'm not avoiding, I'm not ignoring. I know that these challenges exist. But like earlier, I would spend 95% of my time in the middle of just worrying about these problems and being reactive to stuff that's happening. So I'm not doing that. So I'm making that shift, that I'm recognizing they exist, but I'm stepping out of it and I'm taking control of things which I can change, which I can control, and I'm making the most of where I am right now. I'm doing everything as per my personality, as per who I am. I'm devising ways to become this person that I want to in the future. So have that dream and have that momentum to go after it. Have that gumption to go after it, because you have those capabilities. If you and I were to have had a personal talk, I could list out in the first 10 minutes of talking to you how many qualities you have that have helped you so far. Even though you may not think so, but there are a million qualities that you have just taken for granted, ignored, kept away, and just got yourself into this zone of reaction, zone of being only in the problem, only in the challenge. So it is up to you to break this rut, to come out of this routine, to have everything working simultaneously. It's not that when I get out of it, I will be happy and I will see that my dreams come true. This is that moment that your dreams will come true in. This is that moment that you do the activity, that you make stuff happen. And this is that moment when consciousness is just abundantly showering you with everything that you have wanted. You will recognize that things will happen when you start to think this way, when you start to think differently, when you start to act differently. So it's not that pranic healing will just miraculously take everything away from you. It might do, but also in tandem with whatever healing has happened in your system, in your being, in your field, you also have to put all these things in action. And as a way of life, this is a way where you then are able to manifest stuff for yourself. You're able to see with a different pair of lenses what you're about. So you have to bring it forward into your awareness. Problems will exist. There will always be shortcomings, but it is up to you. It is your job to understand that unless you are able to make changes in your current way of thinking and living and doing everything that I have spoken about, you will continue to see that you're stuck and frozen in that area. So these are small changes, tweaks, if you will, but they have a very, very big impact in shifting you from point A to point B. In fact, they could even be exponential shifts within you. So thank you so much for watching. I'm very grateful that you took the time out and you heard what I had to say. And if you have any questions or comments, I would really love to hear them. Put them in the comments below. And if there's anything that you would like me to talk about in the next video, I would also welcome those suggestions. Thank you very much for watching.